Welcome into Bulldog Field, ladies and gentlemen, as Chapel Hill has a 8-1 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Still 2 outs, runner at first, with Sean Gentry at the plate for Chapel Hill. Runner is going, Dylan Line going. He's going to stay at second, able to advance to second. So welcome in, everybody. We apologize for we're just now starting in the third inning. I was doing if you're able to catch the softball game just a few moments ago, Chapel Hill lost to Kilgore 12-11 in such an entertaining game. That softball game was such an entertaining game. Chapel Hill was up 6-3 until Kilgore was able to come back. They had a 6-run top of the 6th inning, able to take the lead over Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill scored 5 in the bottom half of the 7th inning and just were an outstretched glove away from probably tying it up. But that was the ball game, and as soon as that game was over, I packed up, threw everything in the bag to try to get over down the hill here, as both runners will advance to second and third. Now, we might be a little bit more difficult, so my play-by-play skills are going to come in handy here tonight because both teams blue and yellow, both teams wearing their blue tops. So I know on the screen there it might be a little bit difficult to read and know what the numbers are saying and what is going on. Might be a little difficult to know what's going on, but I'm going to try my best. 8-1 is our score here. Now, Chapel Hill has not won a district game so far. Tonight, trying to get their first district win against Cumberland, a team that they lost to earlier in the season. Their first district game, they lost to Cumberland in Cumberland right down the road. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Malcolm Pasama. That's in there, strike 2. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will just bear with me shortly as I'm still trying to get some things set up here as I pretty much sprinted over from one booth to the next. Two and two, the count is to Malcolm Pasama. That one got in and hit him. So Pasama is going to take his base. Base is loaded now for looks like Cody Combs. Now it's going to be number 6, Will Parker, with bases loaded. Big leadoff. Will Parker hits this one into left field. Another run will score. Here comes the second run coming around. 2-run RBI double for Will Parker. And Chapel Hill has extended their lead to 10-1. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if it keeps up like this, we won't be here too much longer. It's Connor Griffin, who's already come around and scored in this inning, is going to get up to the plate again. This one's hit to second. And that will be the last out of the half inning. But Chapel Hill does damage. 7 runs in the bottom half of the third inning. We move to the fourth. Chapel Hill leads as it's 9-1. They changed it to 9-1 here in Chapel Hill. We'll be right back here on the Bulldog Sports Network. So Dylan Lyons still at the plate, or still on the mound for Chapel Hill. A couple of defensive changes for the Bulldogs today. Connor Griffin, who usually is in second base, playing third. Dylan Lyons usually in that starting role at the third base, but since he's pitching, Sean Gentry moves over from short to third. Griffin moves over from second to short. And Will Cummings is going to gets the start at second base. Rounding out that infield is Malcolm Pasama at first. And it is 10-1. They have updated the score on the scoreboard, so it is 10-1 in favor of Chapel Hill. Dylan Lyons finds himself ahead now, 1-2. Swung on, miss. Strikeout. Dylan Lyons, first action here that I've seen him in, and he's got that one. Good strikeout there for Lyons. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did not expect to have this game. I was not expecting to do this, but I realized that at 5:30 was the first pitch for the softball game. Realized that was the first pitch of the softball game, and then the baseball game started at 7. I thought maybe I can get over in time if this softball game ends more quickly, and I was having a chance. And then that sixth and seventh inning over in the softball game really took a lot of time with a lot of runs scored, and so I wasn't able to get over here. So I was not expecting to have this game. So I do not have a roster for Cumberland Academy. I do not have names for Cumberland Academy. I have nothing. It's a blank slate here for me for Cumberland Academy. I know nothing about this team. So this is going to be an interesting broadcast as Chapel Hill leads 10-1. Line's 1-2 pitch, inside 2-2. That one going to be a drop third strike. It's going to be out, second out of the inning. Dylan Line making quick work. Dylan Line making quick work here in this top of the fourth. That one's in there, strike one. Dylan Line is in line with his pitching right now. That one run came in the third inning for Cumberland. That one's a little low, ball one. It was a beautiful day for baseball. I know that they started out. It's getting a little chilly as the sun has gone down. The lights have come up here at Bulldog Field. It's gotten a little colder here, but today has been a beautiful day. This one's hit over to Cummings at second. He's going to flip it over to first. Malcolm Pasama records the third out. 1-2-3 goes Cumberland. Chapel Hill has an opportunity to maybe end things here early. Chapel Hill leads 10-1 here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Wooden Bean, your locally owned drive-through coffee shop, is centrally located in Chapel Hill, diagonally across from the high school. Priding themselves in providing exceptional service and amazing drinks. From your standard coffee to lattes, signature cold brews, they have something for everyone. Teas, light fare breakfast, and a Red Bull fizz that would kickstart any morning. If you haven't been out to see them, today is the day. Can't miss them. They're in the blue shipping container, and their baristas are looking forward to fixing up something just for you. Come on in and drive through.
Cut Beef harvests the best tasting natural beef while adding nothing. No antibiotics, no hormones, and no fillers. Just natural quality beef raised right here in Tyler. Cut Beef has packages that work for our family and yours, including our very popular monthly cut, also known as Deliciousness, delivered to your door every month. Cut Beef can even create a package that suits your needs. Log on to cutbeef.com and place your order today. Then cut into the best beef that you ever tasted.
Tyler Wedgeworth going to lead off for Chapel Hill as he is coming in, looks like, for Cody Combs. So it looks like Tyler Wedgeworth will come in for his first at bat of the night. I don't think he was aware that he was going to be hitting. He was sitting there, and Coach Alton came up and said, "Tyler, you're up." And he went and ran and grabbed his helmet, grabbed his bat, and trying to get ready for his at bat. So he's going to lead off for Chapel Hill here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. They lead 10-1. Chapel Hill, this is the first time that I've seen them wearing their non-white uniforms here at home. They usually have been wearing those white jerseys, white pants, white tops with the pinstripe, the blue pinstripe. Right now they're wearing these white bottoms just with a single piping, blue piping down each side of the pant legs, blue top, yellow numeral on the back with the Chapel Hill logo in the top right corner, top left corner of the chest. That ball is outside, ball one. Cumberland Academy wearing some gray pants today. Gray pants, blue tops with the big white trim on the shoulders all the way down the torso. That one's outside 2-0 now to Tyler Wedgeworth. That one's in there, strike one. 2-1 now the count. That's outside, 3-1. Now it's got to be right where he wants it in order for him to swing at this one, trying to get on base. 3-1 count now. That one's in there, strike two. Moves it full, 3-2 now to Tyler Wedgeworth, the freshman. Tyler Wedgeworth has pitched a little bit this season. He's pitched in one of the games that I've called here. That one's fouled off. Three-two count. This is inside. Tyler Wedgeworth's going to get on base. Tyler Wedgeworth gets on his first at-bat. And here comes Cameron Griffin. Cameron Griffin now. Plate, that one's in there for strike one. Griffin's definitely not someone you want on base. He's got a lot of speed. They're going to throw down over there. It's going to get past ball, and now he's caught in no man's land. He was caught, and he's going to get there. The ball was thrown in the right spot, but Cumberland shortstop tried to apply the tag before he had the ball, and so the ball got out of his glove, and so Tyler Wedgeworth is going to get on a pass ball. He's going to move over to second. Two-0 pitch to Cameron Griffin is in there. Strike one. Now 2 balls, 1 strike to Cameron Griffin. Runner on second. This one's fouled off right side into the woods. Over on the right side, right field fence. A lot of woods and brush over in that area, and that foul ball went over right over there. They're able to corral it. This one's hit back to the pitcher. Griffin speedster down the base path. That one's overthrown. Griffin's going to be safe at first. Tyler Wedgeworth will score, and Cameron Griffin is in a lot of pain. There's a pass ball. Kind of hit his leg, and the trainers are going to come out. We'll take a break. You're watching the Bulldog Sports Network.
locally owned drive-through coffee shop is centrally located in Chapel Hill, diagonally across from the high school. Priding themselves in providing exceptional service and amazing drinks. From your standard coffee to lattes to signature cold brews, they have something for everyone. Teas, light fare breakfast, and a Red Bull Fizz that would kickstart any morning. If you haven't been out to see them, today is the day. Can't miss them. They're in the blue shipping container, and their baristas are looking forward to fixing up something just for you. Come on in and drive through.
Cut Beef harvests the best tasting natural beef while adding nothing. No antibiotics, no hormones, and no fillers. Just natural quality beef raised right here in Tyler. Cut Beef has packages that work for our family and yours, including our very popular monthly cut, also known as deliciousness delivered to your door every month. Cut Beef can even create a package that suits your needs. Log on to cutbeef.com and place your order today. Then cut into the best beef that you ever tasted. Cut Beef harvest.
You're watching Chapel Hill Baseball here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Cameron Griffin shaking up on that play after he collided with the first baseman. Seems to be okay. Walked off with the trainer, so seems to be all right. He will have a pinch runner, and now there is a new pitcher in for Cumberland as Chapel Hill leads 11-1 now here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Chapel Hill, guess, could end it in this. I guess they would have one more opportunity maybe to get a run. There will be a new pitcher for the Cumberland Academy. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors this year for everything that they've done. Wooden Bean, proud sponsor of Chapel Hill Baseball and Softball, along with Cut Beef. Cut Beef is the company that provides the beef for the concession stand here at the Bulldog Baseball Softball Complex. So they do a great job helping out the community of Chapel Hill. And so a big thank you to them as well for sponsoring the baseball season and sponsoring the Bulldog Sports Network as we continue on with the baseball season. Now, runner at first base. 11-1 is our score. And our final sponsor of the year is Cheryl Germany Higgins of the Income Portfolio Strategy. She's one of the sponsors for the baseball season. You can call her at 903-509-2289. 903-509-2289. This one's hit into right behind the shortstop. And the left fielder coming in. Neither one of them could get it, so that's just going to be a blooper right in that triangle area. Runner will advance over to second base. And now runner at first and second with Dylan Tabb at the plate. Dylan Tabb came around to score in that last inning. That one's in there for strike one. This is the first time Dylan Tabb is seeing this pitcher as he just came in, so maybe he's trying to feel out the pitcher. That one's in the dirt. Ball 1. Well, it was opening day in Major League Baseball. We're already halfway done with the high school baseball season. We're already kind of in the second half of district play, but it is now opening day for the baseball season. Tabb swings at that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You're a Texas fan. Texas got out to a quick 5-0 lead at the top of the first inning and couldn't do much after that. They scored 5 runs in the top half of the first and then allowed 5 runs in the bottom half of the first. This one's hit right in that triangle too. This one bloops down and all runners will be safe. Now bases loaded. So Dylan Tabb gets another hit. So now, here we are. Bases loaded for Dylan Line. Texas ended up losing 14-10 in that game today against Kansas City. A couple of other scores around. Blue Jays knock off the Yankees in the opening day matchup in 10 innings, 3-2. Rockies beat the Dodgers 8-5 today. Cardinals beat the Reds 11-6. We got to wait a while. A little Astros Athletics tonight, 9:07 on ESPN, and everyone's going to stay there after the pass ball. Did have a couple games postponed, though. Orioles, Red Sox postponed. Mets, Nationals postponed from today. Padres get an 8-7 win over the Diamondbacks. Cubs fall 5-3 against the Pirates. That's just a couple of the opening day games. Apologies for the camera work. Two runs have scored since we've been in there, so now it is a 13-1 game in favor of Chapel Hill. Pasama hits this, trying to turn the double play. They get the force out at second. 1 run will score as Dylan Tabb comes around. And it's now 14-1 in favor of Chapel Hill. Malcolm Pasama goes down to second. Now runners at second and third. Still one out now in the bottom of the fourth. That one's outside, one and one. So Will Parker now at the plate. (14-1) is our score. A lot of runs scored here in the complex. Kilgore softball and Chapel Hill softball earlier today. A lot of scoring. 23 runs scored in that game. Here we got 15, 14 of them by Chapel Hill. That one's outside. Dylan Lyon's going to score at its 15. Pasama thinks about going. He's going to get back to third, so walked. Now runners at the corner, and Chapel Hill leads 15-1. And they're going to get a courtesy runner for Parker, who is the catcher, so they're going to courtesy run for the catcher. Get somebody out there so that Will Parker doesn't have to use his legs any more than he has to when he's behind the plate. So a courtesy runner comes in for Parker. And Connor Griffin back up to the plate. This one's hit straight into center field. Back underneath it is the center fielder. He's going to get it in, so no runs, and the second out of the inning. After Connor Griffin pops out. That's in there, strike one. It's a Wedgeworth. This one's hit in between the shortstop and third baseman. Pasama will score. And a good hit there by Wedgeworth, who came in his last at bat and has done well. A lot of the players in the dugout giving him a hard time. As now a lot of these reserves are playing for Chapel Hill with a 16-1 lead right now against Cumberland. That one swung on. Big cut there. Couldn't connect. 0-2 now. The count. Be sure to follow the Bulldog Sports Network on Facebook if you are not already. That way you can Follow all the action. This one's going to be fouled down the third baseline. Go ahead and follow, like, whatever you need to do on the Bulldogs Sports Network Facebook page. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube. You can watch the YouTube channel. If you have a Roku app or any smart TV, you can throw us up on the big screen at home on the YouTube app. You can watch us on YouTube. This one's hit right back to the pitcher. Going to be the final out of the inning. Chapel Hill, 16-1 lead. We head to the top of the fifth. You're watching the Bulldog Sports Network. Cumberland Academy trying to extend the game. 16-1 the score. Chapel Hill leads. Chapel Hill had a close game with Cumberland Academy in that first one. I believe the score was 7-6. Cumberland Academy won that game earlier in the year. Chapel Hill was their first district game of the year. Chapel Hill went to Cumberland, which of course is in Tyler, right not too far from Chapel Hill. So just made the short drive over here to Chapel Hill, or over to Cumberland when we played them there, and lost. I believe the score was 7-6, and we went on to play, I think, in another tournament after that. It was a very early district game for the Bulldogs. One pitch outside, 2-1 now. Top of the fifth inning. It's an impressive performance, and I'm sure for Coach Haltom, this is a performance that you needed to see. I mentioned on the broadcast on Tuesday night here when Chapel Hill played Kilgore, this is a really tough district in baseball. Kilgore is really strong. They have only juniors and seniors, no underclassmen on their team at all. Bullard has 4 Division I prospects on their roster, including the best pitcher in the league, Hagen Smith, who has thrown 4 no-hitters this season already, committed to Arkansas. Spring Hill has a really good team. Lindale always has a really good baseball team. So this is a really tough district for Chapel Hill, and you got to feel like this is something that you needed if you're Coach Haltom, just to feel what this victory feels like, especially in dominant fashion like this. It's got to feel good. We've talked about it all throughout the season. This is a young team that this Chapel Hill team is fielding out there. A couple of upperclassmen, Dylan Line, Sean Gentry, Dylan Tabb, and a couple others are seniors, but this is a really young team that Coach Haltom has. And wins like this, they just build that confidence that you have. That pitch from Dylan Line in there, strike 2. 1-2. Chapel Hill will travel to Bullard on Tuesday, April 6th. They'll play at 7 p.m. against Bullard. The remaining schedule here that Chapel Hill has, they'll be at Bullard next Tuesday, here at home against Henderson on Friday. Then has 2 non-district games on the April 10th as this one's fouled off, hits back here harmlessly onto the nets of the batting cages up here on top of the hill. That one's outside. So, if you can see that on the camera, every time there's a pass ball, that one's fouled off, caught. It's going to be out. Every time there's a pass ball, the Chapel Hill team and the Cumberland team are racing to it, wherever it may be. A little fun, having a little fun there in his extracurriculars. Those little things there. Dylan Line, a couple innings I've seen him pitched really well. One ball, no strikes to this batter, though. This one hit over to Sean Gentry at third. Throws across the diamond to Pasama. And that's going to do it. Chapel Hill gets a dominant win. 16-1 victory for Chapel Hill. The win will move Chapel Hill their first win in district play. A game that they really wanted and they got. Final score 16-1. What a performance by Chapel Hill. A lot of base moving. Dylan Line pitched phenomenal as we watched him. That win moves them over to 9-15 on the year, 1-6 in district play. Like I said, they'll be playing Bullard at Bullard, 7 o'clock next Tuesday. And then here at home against Henderson on Friday the 9th. So it's been a great day of action here at the Bulldog Sports Complex. Softball team is defeated by Kilgore in such a close and entertaining game, 12-11. Come down here to the Chapel Hill Bulldog Baseball Complex, and they see a 16-1 victory for your Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Moves them to 9-15 on the year. Chapel Hill will play Bullard coming up next. I want to have a huge shout-out again to all of our sponsors here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Wooden Bean Cut Beef, and Cheryl Germany Higgins of the Income Portfolio Strategies. Thank you all for sponsoring Chapel Hill baseball and Chapel Hill softball this year. Make sure to follow the Bulldog Sports Network on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss any of the action that we bring to you of Chapel Hill sports. We'll be back soon. Final score here in Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill 16, Cumberland Academy 1. You've been watching baseball here on the Chapel Hill Bulldog Sports Network.
Cut Beef harvests the best tasting natural beef while adding nothing. No antibiotics, no hormones, and no fillers. Just natural quality beef raised right here in Tyler. Cut Beef has packages that work for our family and yours, including our very popular monthly cut, also known as Deliciousness, delivered to your door every month. Cut Beef can even create a package that suits your needs. Log on to cutbeef.com and place your order today. Then cut into the best beef that you ever tasted.